Hello and welcome back to Euro Trucking. Here we are with the Scania. As usual, we will head straight to the business as we tend to do. So we've got quick jobs and we are all the way down here in Wexford. So we have jobs to Dublin, Exeter. I think we'll try and stay in Ireland if we can. That does seem the best option. That goes a bit deeper in. I would like to go to... I know the path back up this way is similar to the one that we took from Belfast, but I reckon it's fine because once we get to Dublin we'll have many more options, I think, as far as jobs to do, whether it's to stay in Ireland or to pop off into the UK, and so on and so forth. So I think we'll stick in Rexford, and I think we'll go to Dublin, and then there's a chance that it's a two-job episode, but again, it always kind of depends on the job and how it goes. Could be stuck in a struggle of parking again. I'd like to try and avoid that though, this time if possible. And right, here we are. So let's get fired up. Oh. There we go. Everything's engaged. Right, we've got our sat-nav back. Very handy indeed. And what are we hauling? Oh, we're literally in the same place that we were arriving. So, perfect. Guess we'll get a nice little screenshot of that. Nice Scania. There is a very nice Scania as well. And we're off. Right, let's make our way to Dublin. Right, just want to get my bearings here, make certain I don't crash into any Irish people. Well, or anyone at all, for that matter. Yes. I suppose since we are in Ireland, it would be best to watch out for Irish people. Right, so now we're going to take right here, make sure it's coming. Beautiful. Now at least we are on the path we need to be. To stay, let's see, we've got to not this exit but the next one. Absolutely lovely countryside, and this is another reason why I wanted to go back up this way as well. You do get a slightly different viewpoint, I suppose, when you're going, even if it's the same direction, if it is going a slightly different path, you know, it is nice to get a bit of a different point of view on the journey. For example, we haven't been to Dublin, but the road that we're taking is one that we have taken previously, which again is fine. It's not a big deal, just because, yeah, we will get more jobs out of Dublin once we arrive there, I reckon. But I'm going to try and avoid any backtracking if possible. If we do like a loop around or something, let's say we go to the west of Ireland and then back up around to Dublin, for example, that would be a bit different, because at least the scenery and all that will be also a bit different. Right, beautiful scenery, especially. Back up to 50 miles. Nearly 100 kilometers. Right, take this roundabout, of course, as you do. Roundabout everywhere we go. Cheeky bugger. Lots of birds you can hear around in Ireland. Always lots of birds. Very nice. Now I think we're on this road for quite some time. And this might be our main dual carriageway almost all the way to Dublin, to be honest. But we won't ramble on too much, because this sort of journey will be rather quick, especially if we do toss into a time lapse. It can be. Oh wow, we are going very fast. This is a very quick machine. There we go. There's a lot of power in this Scania, I'll tell you. Blimey, you can feel it straight away. As soon as actually when we started, you find they start out quite slowly and then eventually get kind of up to a top speed. But blimey, this one just went straight for it, straight for it. And again, beautiful colour of it as well. It's very similar to the colour I had before. I do quite like that sort of, I don't know, what would you call that? Like a nice pale sort of blue. It's a pastel-y blue. I don't know if it's really pastel. Anyways, rambling on about colours. As you know we do, we will have a bit of a time lapse here just to get us a bit closer to the city itself. So I don't like to do a full journey, especially on a route we've been, to not do a full time lapse of the whole thing, but also not to do the whole journey in real time, because it would take ages. I have, though, just very quickly before we do crack on with a time lapse, though, I have considered possibly, just very much so putting it out there, having Euro Truck as a live stream series, because then we could do the full journey, and I don't know, it's just a thought that I had. This would also possibly free up a space in the schedule for a new farming sim series, but the reason we're at 5 different episodes a week is to maintain a consistent schedule, because I don't want to overdo it and burn out and produce some not so good content for you, or to have to start up and cancel a series. That would be a bit rubbish as well. Would hate to have to do that. But with this one, there is a possibility of doing it as a live stream, which I have considered, but it might not be every week if we were to do that. It would be a bit more random. But I haven't fully fleshed out here. I just wanted to put the idea out there if anyone would be interested in a live stream of ETS, because that could be how this series could carry on, really. Not that we can't keep doing it the way we're doing it, I just want to get some feedback, that's all. I do appreciate all the feedback that's come in, and greatly appreciate all the support, absolutely. But for now, let's crack on and make our way to Dublin. Well, here we are, nearing our destination of Dublin, and as you can see, it's been a journey. All right, made our way. Though we did have one very small sort of detour that we had to take, but it was literally up and over, so really wasn't that big of a problem. Coming this way, no. Beautiful. So here we have officially discovered Dublin, and we will make our way. We're at the port here, it seems. So we'll just mosey on through here as respectable speed, of course. I don't think we're actually going to the port or anything like that. We're just doing a delivery to near business nearby. That would be this one right here, I imagine. Absolutely brilliant. Just open up the gate, please. Fantastic. Ah, Espresso Company 1 Right, let's see. Where would you like it parked? Right there. Okay, that I can do. I wonder if I can spin round. Let's just have a quick look at the map here and see where we are. If we have the room. Oh, we absolutely do. Right, we'll just go spin round very quickly, get a bit more lined up, especially after the parking struggles from the last episode. Yeah, it would be good to kind of tackle this one a bit easier. It might have been better going from the other direction, to be honest, but we shall see how this goes. Right, yes, it absolutely would have, but that's fine. Let's get in there. Hopefully I haven't completely mucked this up for myself. Let's have a look out my mirrors there. I'm very near to this other trailer, but no, shouldn't hit it. Is that even the right spot? I hope it is. Would be quite silly to do this whole thing and then end up in the wrong spot. Is it? No, surely it's the right spot. Yeah, it is. Nice. Just need to get my bearings here a bit better. This one's not nearly as bad as the last one, but we won't talk about that anymore. Yeah, it's much, much easier. Lined up, there we go. Let's get squared up. And leveled out, beautiful. And there we have it. We've made it. Made it to Dublin. Fantastic. Right, we are climbing the ranks here within the company, and we'll eventually have our own lorry to be able to fund our own jobs. We'll definitely be getting a lot. We could have a quick look, I suppose, but yeah, no chance. Especially even if we do get one that's left-hand drive as well, that's less expensive. We can always do a swap to right-hand drive swap as well. They might end up being a bit cheaper anyways, but we'll have to just see. Something like that would be really good because it doesn't seem all that expensive for what you're getting. Maybe it's the engine itself is quite bare bones, but we've got room to upgrade, so that's fine. Right, now that we've arrived, let's have a look and see if there are any jobs available out of Dublin. Go to Dumfries, Manchester. Oh, that's a lot more, 35. Ooh, that's a distance. So we are going to be basically doubling back where we were to where we've, well, actually a bit further than Belfast, but we might pass through a few similar places. We've got this one, and this will be primarily a nighttime drive as well. Got this one here, that's not bad either, actually. That one might be a better option, because it is straight across to Manchester, which would be alright. This one's so much less. Yeah, I think we'll have to do, it makes most sense to do one of these, to be honest. Let's see here, what have we got vehicle-wise? Could go with the DAF. Take some petrol. If we were doing one full journey, I'd probably opt for that one, but this one I think will mostly be ferry ride, and then we'll be on to into the UK. So we might as well take this one, and yeah, should be a pretty straightforward job. The only reason I'm taking this one's because it's a little bit longer, and we can end up going back up that way anyways from Manchester possibly. So yeah, and it is a different route and a different lorry. So that's really nice as well. Hopefully we've got sat nav, but we can always figure it out without sat nav, of course. Done it in the past. Alright, it looks as though we should do. Nice. Get it fired up. Fantastic. Just need to adjust the seat here a bit. So, oh, nope. I like to be able to see what I'm actually... Yeah, we can pull this out just a bit. There we go. Nice. Just like that. Should be perfect. Oh, yes. Get a very nice nice screenshot in there if we can do. I don't always remember to take them, so it's good to stay on top of that. Anyways, let's crack on. So we'll go out the way we've come here. We're out the main way at least. We are at a different location, but we will be doing some nighttime driving, so let's get the lights on. Sometimes you have to drive through the night, sometimes you don't. Now hopefully this lorry's got the power that we need to get to where we need to go. It's a very nice lorry, to be honest. I mean, usually I'm not a big fan of all the fancy bits and bobs. Not this fancy. Sat-nav, sure, but I mean, this is just a very modernized lorry, to say the least. To do that, but with a big lorry, kind of sometimes you have to cross lanes like that. Oh, no one's coming. Brilliant. Oh, such detail. I really love the detail. Absolutely fantastic. Especially when we get going at night here, it's going to be very atmospheric once we hit some sort of dual carriageway motorway of some kind. Yeah, I'll never understand that. I mean, the lights, I suppose, yeah, I don't know, lights in a roundabouts just seems a bit, don't know. I've seen them before, of course, but it's just weird. Have a roundabout or have lights, make up your mind. Okay, we should probably be, yeah, we should probably be in that far left lane anyways, so we are going to transfer over. There we go. Just don't want to get lost in the city, in the big city. Oh, yes, indeed. So yeah, please do send through your... Oh my, we've got to... We have to be in that one now. Always learning. Yes, I'd love your feedback. Do you think this would be better as a live stream series? I do feel that there is a bit of sort of, I guess, like lag time between, you know, if I'm just rambling to myself on and on about a journey and that, with, you know, having people in the chat to sort of chat with would be an interesting aspect specifically for Euro Truck. You know what I mean? So yeah, any feedback on that would be greatly appreciated. Again, I really appreciate all the feedback that I have received thus far on the series. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I am enjoying it as well. It's nice to have a bit of something a bit different from Farming Simulator. Although, if I was to put this to a live stream, would absolutely have another Farming Sim series take that spot. So we shall see what happens. Because if I were to live stream, to be honest, it would probably be sometime during the week, not on a weekend, and then that Friday spot could become open for another farm. So essentially, would you rather see this series or a Farm Sim series? That's kind of the question I'm putting out, and any feedback on it, greatly appreciated. Right, we'll just get up to a nice speed here. I think this is going to be 50 miles. And let's have a look here. Well, we're nearly at the port anyways, so we are making our way to Dublin Port, and then from there we'll be able to hop straight onto a dual carriageway all the way to Manchester. Well, we've made it back to the mainland here, as you can see, and it is raining, of course, so we'll be doing a bit of nighttime journeying here onto heading into Manchester, as you'd expect. Absolutely fine. At the very end of that journey at the port, I did go into the wrong space. I didn't see the oh, welcome to Wales. I suppose we're in Wales now, yeah, not quite to England yet, but that's fine. But yes, we did have a bit of confusion there at the gate, at the port rather, but we did get that sorted out, and now we are making our way to Manchester. So I reckon this would be a nice time to just break up the time lapse a bit and have a bit of a mosey through. I believe we're in Holyhead now. So that's pretty cool, the fact that we are here now in Wales, and yeah, lovely nighttime driving. I know I did pose the question before about it, and sometimes it lines up where we are driving at night, and I do try and set the drives to be during the day, but it's not always going to be the case. So I suppose have a nice mosey through Holyhead. And again, once we kind of hit a dual carriageway here, which might be sooner than later, then we can make our way into another time lapse. But I do like to explore as much of the area as I can do before we just break off into a time lapse. Although being at night, it might be more beneficial to to do a bit of a time lapse, especially since it's raining and because, well, we're on the dual carriageway. It's raining, it's night time, many variables there. Let's make sure we're not speeding if we can avoid it. Let's go another roundabout, at least one more roundabout before we are on our motorway. But we are now on the way. I've got speed checks, so we've got to be very conscientious rather, of that. Stick it at 50, there we go. We are now on the way. Right, we'll keep it at, oh, we can go up to 60 miles now, which is really lovely. And honestly, this will be a very nice journey, and I do apologise if it is a bit dark and a bit hard to see at times. This is a perfect opportunity to hear your feedback on this nighttime. So it's raining, it's nighttime. I know when it is raining, we have the wipers going in the time lapse. They go a bit mental, but there is something quite, I think, rather sort of satisfying about watching a time lapse like that. So I'll go back and watch my videos and see, oh wait, that looks alright, oh that's no good, that's rubbish. That's how I found out that doing wood cutting, for example, and loading wood by hand or logging by hand in FS is nauseating to watch. Really, really is. So yeah, hopefully hopefully this nighttime driving is alright, and I suppose in the meantime we'll just crack on with the time lapse. discovered Manchester. We have arrived to the city of Manchester, and we are going to find where we have to deliver this petrol. Probably a petrol station or something. Anyways, in that time lapse, you might have noticed there was a bit of an incident where I drove off the road. If you didn't notice it, no worries, it never happened. If you did notice, yeah, it was just a bit slick, and I took the corner on the roundabout just a bit quick. Shouldn't have been any damage that I'm aware of. We'll see if it affects the final payment, although it shouldn't. There shouldn't have been any damage, but yeah, I did, unfortunately, I did get a touch stuck, so I had to drive over some grass to clear that up, but no problem. We made it out all right, and we in fact made it to Manchester, so that is good. Happy days. Right, another thought as well that I had about turning this into a live stream. So there's really not that much time being missed in between, like during the time lapse. Like, I'm not cutting anything off or anything like that. It's just going directly from where I start the time lapse to where I end it. However, in a live stream, that time wouldn't really seem all that much longer. For example, for this particular episode, I have been recording for approximately 45 minutes, and it's probably going to end up being about 30 to 35 minutes by the time I edit all the time lapses and all that in, which is absolutely fine. But if we were to do a live stream with it, we would be able to get more out of each live stream, if that makes sense. So for example, let's say I was to live stream for 2 hours. Let's say we did 2 hours worth of journeys. Don't know exactly where that would put us or how far away, but I feel like we could get more out of each live stream than if I was to do a video like this. Just for example, just putting it out there. Right, here we are. Let's get this sorted. Blimey, that's going to be a parking job. Let's give it a go then, shall we? But yeah, I think I'm definitely considering it. I would definitely love to hear some feedback on the idea. Maybe if I was to do, you know, a 2-hour live stream, it could be once every 2 weeks, perhaps. You know, or even like a really good run once a month or something, like a 5-hour live. I don't know, something like that. Just a thought. I'm just trying to see what other things we can do with, you know, as far as the channel goes. First things first, we have to figure out how to park this, which we've got such a big space. I just can't see out that window. As long as I can see the back end of the trailer, there should be nothing in between. Space. Okay, let's just level out a bit. And another journey complete. Happy days. Made it all the way back into England to Manchester. And we're a level 5 enthusiast now. That's brilliant. We might as well collect all of these because they do pay quite well. Look at that, we're at £45,000. We'll have another look in the used trucks. I do not think that anything has changed, so we need pretty much double what we have now. But I feel like as we crack on, more, bigger, longer, higher paying, more importantly, jobs will be available. So we're in Manchester now. So, yeah, there you go. £10,000 to head up to Glasgow, which is probably the job we're going to take. Because that will be a nice, tasty journey, that. And we're earning nearly £35 per mile, which is really grand. Wicked. Right, well, we will crack on with the series as is for now. There are, of course, as I always know, if you do watch my Farming Simulator series, there's always, a new map I'd like to explore, a new series to try out, that sort of thing. And I am very tempted by a couple that are out now, but we will have to see how that goes in time. But for now, with this game, as far as ETS is concerned, and this series and all that, please do let me know your feedback. Would you watch it as a live stream? If I was to live stream it, I don't know how it fully works with YouTube, but I think if I live stream it, that I can post it as a video in the same playlist, because then we could essentially carry on the Euro trucking sort of survival aspect thing that I've got going on here into a live stream series that could then be posted as a video as well. I'm not entirely certain how that works. I've never done a YouTube live stream before, so that would be kind of a fun first to try, and then that could put in a nice space for a Farming Simulator series on the Fridays, potentially. Right, anyways, please do give me your feedback with that. Until then, though, thank you so much for watching, and if you have enjoyed it, a cheeky thumbs up really does help out the channel, and please subscribe. So until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.